All right, what is going on, beautiful people of the internet? Today we are going to be changing out the oil. Gonna go ahead and show you guys how to change out the oil in your own car so you can go ahead and save some money. So let's get to it. So first and foremost, you want to get in here, pop open that hood. So we already had this car running, so the oil is hot. It's gonna make it a lot easier to remove the oil. When it is warm, it flows a lot easier. So of course, the tools that we're going to be using today is obviously our oil. We got today we're working with 0W-20, right? These numbers right here indicate the viscosity, so how thick it becomes when it becomes cold or hot. So the lower the number, the thicker. And then we got our oil filter. We got our jack. We got our 2 towers. And we got a set of tools here. We're gonna need a drain pan, and then we're gonna need a funnel to be able to pour our new clean oil. Don't worry, we're gonna clean this funnel out before we start pouring in that clean new oil. See how quick we can knock this out before the sun goes down. We're in a race against time. You wanna pick it up pretty high so you have enough room to work down there. Get that tower. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the main frame here. Go ahead and lower it. Nice and easy. Do the same thing on the other side. There you go. Gonna match it just like the other one. There you go. So we want to make sure we do the shake test to the vehicle to make sure that it's safe. We're gonna pull it back and forward as an extra step, precautionary step. I'm gonna make sure that e-brake is pulled. Get up under here. So this is gonna be your engine. Checking out this filter here. It's gonna be the oil filter. Oil drain right here. It tells you engine oil. This here is gonna be your transmission. Today we're gonna be working on the engine oil. I'm gonna put this in here. Gonna get that ratchet. All these sizes are gonna vary depending on your make and model. Let's check out a 17, and there it is. Now careful, these parts are gonna be a little warm and or hot depending on how long you're running the engine for. It's a little persuasion. You can get that going. Be very careful, the oil is hot, so careful pulling it out. Ooh. It is. Look at that oil, man. So I'm gonna let that drain real quick. Now if you do have it, I don't have another one, but these are called crush washers. It's best to replace them every oil change. However, this oil change, we're gonna use the same one. It's not the end of the world. However, this is what seals the oil from leaking out of your engine. But if you put it tight enough, I've never run into that problem. Now, in some cases, depending on how tight this was placed, you may be able to just loosen it by hand, like so. If not, you can use an oil wrench. This is going to contain oil, so be very careful. Okay, nice and easy. Hands are going to get a little dirty. Pull all that out. I'm going to be leaving the filter in the pan here, as that will be disposed and recycled of correctly. We're gonna put the bolt back on. Before we completely tighten it, we want to make sure we clean our work area. So we got an old rag that we are no longer in need of. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off our hands a little bit. Got a little bit of degreaser. This is a LA totally awesome degreaser, but realistically any degreaser should work just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit on this, clean it up. Make sure you clean that up real good. We're gonna begin to tighten up this bolt. Good, just a good maybe 1/4 to an 1/8 turn after hand tightening. Clean that off. Then we are going to grab our oil. This is going to be our new oil here. grab this out, go ahead and open it up, get out our new filter. Now this is very important. This is what's going to be first being sucked into the engine when you turn it back on. So it's super crucial that we fill this up with oil so it does not begin with dry, no oil. So we're going to fill this filter up. Man, look at that new oil. It is going to take a little bit because it's absorbed up into the filter. With a clean finger, you go ahead and get a little bit of that clean oil and put it around the gasket. This is going to make it a lot easier to be able to remove it when we have to replace the oil filter again. So make sure you get that nice and lubricated. Pour a little bit more oil in there. Come in here. Hopefully you guys can see. Slowly start screwing it back on. It should not go in difficult. It should be really, really easy to screw on there, just like that. It's very imperative. You do not want to cross thread this. Then I like to go ahead and hand tighten it, and then with the towel or even your hands, just give it a nice little about 1/8 turn just to secure it on there. All right, and that's it as far as draining your oil. I like to give it one last little clean, make sure everything is clean, organized, so you can see if any oil starts leaking. Alright guys, right here we're gonna go ahead and refill the engine with some brand new clean oil, and make sure to clean up this funnel before using the new oil. And you're gonna go ahead and pour a good amount of it. I would say about half of it, depending on the size of your engine. It should tell you at the auto parts store, or you can look it up online. I already pre-filled this, so I'm just topping it off here. To go ahead and put the funnel inside the bottle itself to make sure it doesn't leak, I'm gonna go ahead and clean off. And you want to make sure the oil lands in between those two dots. Some of you may have dots, some of you may have little lines or even hash marks. You want to make sure that the oil is inside those hash marks, inside those two lines, or in this case inside the two dots. And right here you want to make sure that it's at the top dot right here to make sure that the oil is full. You don't want to be running it with low oil. I don't know how good you guys can tell with this light right here, but you want to make sure it's right there. And put that back in there. Close it up. We're going to put the lid. And we're going to go ahead and reset the oil light. What we're going to do right now is see how we can reset the maintenance light. Simple enough. 2005 to 2011. How to reset the oil. Turn the ignition to the run. Or I guess it's 2 clicks. Press the select /reset knob for more than 10 seconds. So engine oil life indicator and the maintenance code will blink. So let's do it. Press and hold. Just see the oil life indicator start to blink. There it is, it's blinking. Okay, now that it's blinking, we're gonna go ahead and let go of the select reset button. Press and hold it once again to reset it. There it is. As you saw, the maintenance light right here, the little wrench, and then the oil, let's go ahead and double check, is back at 100, baby. We did it. Go ahead and lower it, turn off the car. Let's go ahead and double check our oil, see if we can check it out. So as you can see, it's clean. Gonna go ahead and put that back in. There we go, guys. Don't know how well you can see, but we're right at that second line. So we're gonna go in here, put the dipstick all the way in, put the oil cap back on, and then close the hood. Boom. Ready. All right, guys, that is how you change the oil to a 2008 Honda Civic. In this case, Honda Civic Hybrid.